Metheny is an American jazz guitarist. He's been active since 1974 in the realms of jazz and related genres like jazz fusion and Latin jazz. He has led the Pat Metheny Group and a band called the Unity Band, but he's also done lots of solo projects and collaborations, including at least one orchestral album and an album of music made by specially made mechanical instruments. He sometimes plays a 42-string custom guitar, which looks really strange, and it has several heads and strings that crisscross over each other. And he's also been known to play a guitar synth. From the listing on Wikipedia, I counted 62 albums, not including compilations. Hi, my name's Dan, and this was the debut album by Pat Metheny, and it's my first time listening to it. I have come across Pat Metheny before. In fact, it's appeared in this list before. So what do we have here? It's jazz music. I'll dig a little bit deeper into that in a minute. There's a trio here of electric guitar, who is Pat Metheny, electric bass, who is Jaco Pastorius, who I really like as a bassist, and a drummer called Bob Moses, who I've not heard of before. The guitar sound is, so that's the focus here because it's Pat's album. It's a very clean and clear guitar sound, very kind of mellow sound. You can imagine him sitting down as he's playing rather than standing. I have no idea, whether he did. And there's very light touch to it. Actually, the music is quite complex. There's quite complex playing. It's really, stuff that is hard to play, I would say. There's extended chords here. There's some odd chord sequences. Musically, it's quite sophisticated, but it's easy to listen to. And partly that's because of the smooth sounds and the production, which makes the whole thing quite unassuming, despite its complexity. So I came across this term ECM jazz when I reviewed a few reviews ago, not very long ago, Keith Jarrett's album. And he had a thing about not being electric, but there are similarities to this. So ECM jazz is apparently a shortcut for a kind of more mellow and more accessible jazz, which was a reaction to the harshness of free jazz. And it was so called, I don't actually know what ECM stands for, but it's the name of a record production label. And in fact, this album is on the ECM label, so it's part of that stable. And I can hear the connection there in the way that this is definitely it's got complexity, but it's definitely accessible. It's easy to listen to. I would say that it's head music more than any other kind of music. I think if you are a very accomplished musician, that you might get more out of it as a result of being able to go, "Ooh, he's done a thingy doodah there," rather than whatever. For me, I felt like I actually listened to it 2.5, nearly 3 times. It's very mellow background music to have, and I enjoyed it as background music. It's kind of contemplative background music. There's some really nice bass work in there. That doesn't surprise me with it being Jaco Pastorius. So it's quite nice. It's clever. It was regarded as being a really important album. I don't think it's a particularly exciting album to listen to. It's not meant to be because it's in this kind of mellow field. So I kind of enjoyed it a reasonable amount. As always, I'd love to know what you think of the album, so please do talk to me through the comments box. Don't be shy. That's it from me for now.